it's not just, just marketing NFTs, it's also just understanding NFTs myself, so I actually want to profit from it.
Great to be here with you all. I've had the pleasure to be part of the CGC over the last round as well. I was a moderator. If we got to see each other talk back then, that's awesome. If not, welcome. This is going to be also a great session. I know some of you guys already been. I don't know if you're in the US or UK, whatever time zone you are, sometimes morning, sometimes evening. I know some of you guys been up to actually watch some of these sessions. Kudos to you. And I've also started looking at some of the recaps from yesterday. Really cool. I would say super underrated type of conference. A lot of great information being circulated. Now, tell you a little bit about myself. So I go by Arvin K NFT on Twitter and all socials, and been in marketing past 10 years. And I got into crypto world back in 2016, right before the crypto went in 2017, 18, I guess. And then the NFT side of things, I got into it back in 2021. Now, up until then, I was working with a lot of public companies doing their investor relationship marketing, and an artist from Italy, one artist, he approached me and he wanted me to sell out his collection. I did it in a week, and that really started me into the Web3 space. Now, Web3 space, the concept was actually, I believe, was coined by the co-founder of Ethereum years ago. But back in 2021, that's when it really got hypey and everyone got to know. Well, not everyone, actually very few people in the world, they know about Web3 space to begin with, but a lot more people got to know about the Web3 space. Now, what we're going to talk about today in the next about 9 minutes, I'm going to tell you about how you can do marketing in the Web3 space. Now, there's a focus on the NFT side of things. That's where my specialty is. Now, if you're a founder, if you already have a NFT collection, amazing, you can use this information. If you're not a founder and you're thinking about launching your own collection, this is also something that you can still use. And if you have a business, a small business, large business, and you want to integrate NFTs into your business, whether it be services, products, again, same concept. Just to tell you, if you don't know, companies like Google, Adobe, let's say Samsung, so many other companies that already invested in the metaverse of things, in the Web3 space, and then companies like Etihad, like the airline, companies like Tiffany and Co. They already have their Pepsi, so on, Adidas. They have their NFTs out that is connected to their actual, I guess, Web2 services and products. And so it's relevant regardless whichever profile fits you. And so without further ado, I'm going to actually share a PowerPoint with you, and I want to show you exactly how this marketing in the Web3 space works. Now, I do want to give you context that Web3 and Web2 are different in a sense that Web2 was all about the centralized companies, like tech companies like Facebook, Instagram, and well, now known as Meta, and Twitter, all those social media platforms, and having a lot of information about you, and then showing you customized things, and advertising to you in a targeted way. Now, Web3 is about actually conserving your identity. Web3 is about a lot about you conserving the your privacy, and then also having not just being able to look at things, but also create things as well. And there's a lot of talks about metaverse, NFT. So I'm gonna show you how you can actually market yourself or your collection in the Web3 space. So let's get to it. I'm going to share my screen. All right. So just a quick thing about myself as well. So I consulted 400 plus NFT projects, lots of them. If you see any ads on Twitter about NFTs or Web3 stuff, usually that's just either done by myself or people that I've taught. I brought a lot of knowledge from the Web2 market to the Web3 in a sense of just showing people how to do paid advertising. So most of the paid advertising that you see in the Web3 space, that's actually done by myself. So that's where my specialty is. Sold out a lot of projects. You can go on my website, soldoutnfts.io. It's on the slide as well. You can check it out on my Twitter. You can check out everything else I'm doing. Actually, right after this, I'm going to be on a Twitter space with another company as a speaker. So you can catch me there as well if you want to. If you want to ask questions even about this, feel free to come on board. I collect and flip NFTs myself. I buy lands. I buy lots of NFTs. I have a lot of NFTs to continue to do so. And so just so you know about myself as well. Now, as far as what's happening in the market. So there are actually a lot of videos you can check out from me on YouTube, on lots of Twitter spaces. I talk about the evolution of Web3 marketing, and we don't get to talk about it too much in details, but just so you know, things have changed significantly, and they change every few weeks. So back in, let's say, 2021, it was all about building huge communities, and then a percentage of those people would buy your product in the Web3 space. Now, that has changed into what is the utility of what you're doing? What is the problem that you're solving? And there's a huge emphasis on that. Now, as there are multiple ways, obviously, you can market yourself in the Web3 space. Now, there are influencer marketing, there are paid ads, and lots of other things. So there's DAOs, exchanges, launch pads. You can have your connections that buy into things. You can have VCs that buy into lots of your NFT collection, or let's say whatever Web3 format business that you're running. And so all is in there. But what's happening as far as right now is that the sentiment of the market, because of the cryptocurrencies being in the more of a dip, I believe 60% to 90% down since last year, since November last year. There's obviously is a state that is called bear market. So the sentiment of the market, people are a little bit more reserved. Now, we've had some small indications of us getting into at least a mini bull run, but by no means we're still in there. Last time it happened, it took about 2 years to get out of it, get out of the bear market. This may take another 1 or 2 years to get out of it too, if the history repeats itself. We don't know. But going back to so that's as far as the sentiment. As far as the influencer marketing type of thing. So initially, even last year, 2021, it was really big, and lots of influencers came in, changed their buyers from crypto to NFTs, and then they started talking about NFTs, and it was really cool. But then what happened was that at the end of the day, you as an influencer, you can talk about 10 projects a week, and then after a month it's 40 projects, and after a few months that's hundreds of projects you talked about, and you got paid to talk about it, whether you disclosed it, you got paid or not. Then at some point people will be like, which one should I buy? Which coin should I buy into? Which metaverse should I invest into, right? And so that's the problem with influencer marketing that has just risen. So at this point, influencer marketing has its own new form right now. It's very different to what it used to be. It's not just making a YouTube video talking about a project. You really need to be putting a lot of intention, a lot of education into your videos, and not just one video that you just drop. It's a lot more lots of different videos, lots of different content, and really show your commitment to a specific type of projects. Paid ads, there's obviously a stigma around it in the Web3 space just because it's coming from the Web2, but it's been done, and it's been done successfully. One specific project, back in January, they started their minting process. They started selling their NFTs, and they only sold maybe 10%, 20%. People told them, pack your stuff and leave this space, basically. And 5 months later, they came to me. We did some paid ads. In a month, we brought them into about 60% of their sales. And then they're on their way to actually sell out their collection completely. So paid ads work. They can be profitable, not for everyone. And there's a stigma around it. One of my things I want to do in this space is to actually remove that stigma and just give education to people. Not the topic of this conversation, but lots of articles, lots of conversations around that on podcasts that I've done. You can go check it out. Talked about the bear market, and there's obviously sentiment of the Web3 people that are existing in the Web3. Some of them, they've been around since 2017, if they're NFT people, or sometimes even 2014. If you consider that first NFT was 2014, then since 2014. And then there are people who've been scammed in the crypto, they've been scammed in the NFT space, and so they're a little bit jaded. So that's the sentiment of the Web3 people. And then the Web2 side of things, people are a lot more excited. They want to get in, they want to experience things, they want to explore things. And so two different types of people that you're dealing with. And the Web2 people, not jaded, not skeptic as much. Web3 people are. And then you see now a lot of times, big projects doing everything right, and they soon don't sell out. Just again, market conditions is a big factor. You have the copycats. They're talking about the same thing as every other projects out there, and that obviously has been reduced because of the bear market. Some of them got wiped out, and some of them are not. They're not planning on actually launching because they see it's hard. But we certainly still have a lot of copycats in the market that it's making it harder for people to be able to be successful. Let's go to the next one. Now, I have this thing called the Litmus test of selling out. What I'd like people to do, whether it be something to do with the metaverse that you're investing in, as in like a project that you're building, or an NFT collection that you're building, what I'd like people to do to go actually in the Web3 space to the market, meaning they go on Twitter Spaces, they go on maybe events that has Web3 people attending on it, and present their idea. And I want people to at least present their idea on about 100 hours of presentations. And that's what allows a project, in my opinion, of course, allows a project to really be mature enough to know what they're actually presenting to the market is something that the market really wants and desires, and they're going to buy. And if maybe there's some tweaks needed to be done to the project, then you learn as going through this process. So lots of Twitter Spaces, you can host it yourself. You can host it with other people. There are Twitter hosts now. People put it in their bio. You can actually reach out to them, maybe sometimes pay them, be part of their collection, be part of the Twitter Space, and just talking about your collection as well. So the point of this is that you need to have a really good sense of whether your product, your services, actually solving a problem, actually something the market wants. So that's the first thing you want to do. But not only the Web2 side of things, not talking about asking your friends, family, or like people maybe even on Instagram. I'm talking about Web3 audience, showing everything you have to the Web3 audience before launching. Okay. Now, next thing, pick your marketing weapons. So you can have DAOs that you can launch your project to. Sometimes they're free. You just literally go present to them, and if they like it, lots of them buy in, lots of them ape in, buy your stuff. You can go to launchpads for Ethereum blockchain, for Solana blockchain. There's plenty of them. You can go. So for example, Solana, Magic Eden has this launchpad. I believe they take 10% of your NFT sales if you just want to launch on their platform. And so you have access to these launchpads. They market for you. Sometimes they only help you with the smart contracts. Sometimes they only help you with the design. Depends on the launchpad that you're actually reaching out to. Then we've got the VCs that they help you with the funding. I'm actually partnered with one, Crowdfund Junction, and you can reach out to any one of the VCs and just show your portfolio, show what you have, your project, and get funding for it. But not only that, get also their support and their mailing list and their promotions, their marketing, so on and so forth. You can have a paid advertising, you can have influencer marketing, you can do Twitter Spaces, you can do lots of different things, right? You can do even like Web2 stuff, like doing events. You can do collaborations with strategic partners. You can, for example, get listed on exchanges. You can also be part of exchanges as far as collaborations as well. There are many things you can do, but you just got to pick certain things that you want to do. There are NFT calendars, for example. There are metaverse calendars. You can be part of those. Some of them you have to pay. Some of them you can just go on there and you essentially just for free, you just list your projects. Let's go to the next one. Now, so here are some, if you went in the direction of paid ads, again, my specialty is in that area. I've done everything else too, but I'm coming from that background. So I want to tell you a little bit about this because that's not something you will find anywhere else. So on Twitter, you can have ads that go straight to buying and selling your NFTs or marketplace, whatever that is. And usually if it's an NFT, usually the cost per acquisition is about $30. You can grow your following on Twitter by just running Twitter ads. That's anywhere from 50 cents to $1.7 per new person following your page. You can get whitelisters. Again, those are people who are just pre-approved to buy your NFTs at an earlier date. That's anywhere from 45 cents to $3 per new person that joins your Twitter. Follows your Twitter, joins your Discord, and also give their wallet to you so they're pre-approved for buying your NFTs, so that you can do all of that, and that costs you anywhere from 45 cents to $3 per new person doing all of those. You can run ads on Instagram, Facebook. They're gonna have their launchpad coming out for the NFTs as well, maybe something to do with metaverse too, I'm not sure. But if you have mailing lists, you can run ads to those mailing lists of people on Twitter. You can do on Instagram, you can do on LinkedIn, essentially be in front of those people who are already part of your ecosystem. On Quora and Reddit, those are two platforms most people don't know how to run ads on. You can run ads on it, you can get in front of specific communities on Reddit, and Quora is more for Google searches. So when people search something, have a question, what's the best NFT to buy, you usually see a Quora website show up with an answer, so you can actually be part of those answers. You can promote answers on those, and then YouTube is best in the game for best in the class for gaming and entertainment based Web3 projects and NFTs in general as well. So that's obviously as much as I could pack in before I hop on a Twitter space that I'm going to be on. If you want to find me, feel free to reach out to me on Twitter and LinkedIn. On Twitter, I'm Arvin K NFTs, and then Twitter on LinkedIn, Arvin Khamseh, ARVIN KHAMSEH, and then my website is also sold.nfts.io. You can find lots of good content on sold.nfts.io. And with that being said, I'm literally just gonna pop on a Twitter space. Hope to see you there. Wish you a lot of success.